around the 4th of July weekend in Indiana, there was a bit of a verbal clash, which had one person on the side saying, "Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter!" which led to a young woman, Jessica Doty Whitaker, to shout back, "All lives matter! All lives matter!" Apparently the Black Lives Matter supporter didn't like it, which for some reason made him draw out his gun, which made her fiance draw out his gun to protect them. Sadly, the 3 shots the supporter shot, one of the bullets hit her, ended her life. So, I ask you, people who support Black Lives Matter, any celebrity that supports them, do you still support Black Lives Matter? Are you going to call out the bullshit that has just happened? In fact, Black Lives Matter, period, the whole movement. Do you support the violence your supporter did to an innocent person? Keep that in mind. Let's just watch the next B.O.M.B challenge.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you guys doing this Gorga day?
Oh dear God. This is a guy now. A guy is gonna put on makeup. Oh dear God.
So excited. I have my full face right here of Black-owned beauty brands. And this video is dedicated to the Black Lives Matter movement. If you guys cannot donate this video, all the AdSense, all the money that we earn from this video, is being donated to the Black Lives Matter movement.
Why? What good will this do? What good would giving money to a crappy movement do? What are they gonna do with that money?
So I'm gonna be using all Black-owned beauty brand makeup here. To be honest, I'm actually really nervous to make this video.
Called it!
Because it's not just about using Black-owned beauty brands. I want to have conversations with you guys. I want to talk to you guys about what's going on in the world. And I'm scared of sounding uneducated or sounding out of the loop or sounding privileged, and it makes me nervous. It really, really does. But I think the important thing about this is that I'm trying. Is that we continue to try and work harder. No one's gonna know everything. No one's gonna know the right thing to say all the time. We're only human. All we can do is do the best that we can, learn and move forward. And that's exactly what I'm doing here. Even though I don't know everything, I don't know everything about everything. I don't.
It doesn't matter what you do. They don't care. As long as you get the money, I think that's probably the good thing. But then, even then, they'll say, "What the fuck is this? You need to make some more money for our movement, bitch. What are you, a racist?" They don't care. You're just nervous as fuck because you're probably worried that you're gonna get a shit ton of backlash from the movement or people who support the movement if, God forbid, you screw something up that you don't even know you screwed up. You can't please the movement. Fucking stop it.
So the first thing I wanted to talk about was being anti-racist. This is something that I really just recently discovered, and something that just kind of was like an aha moment for me during this movement, what's going on right now, you guys. First and foremost, the reason that this has taken the wings that it has is because of George Floyd and what happened to George Floyd. And if you guys do not know who George Floyd is, pause this video, go figure out what's actually going on.
What's the matter? You can't make the incident short and sweet? Pfft, pathetic.
I feel like the whole world is coming together about this. About police brutality and the way that they treat African Americans. It's so crazy to see the world come together about this.
Racism is a global issue.
If this is such a global issue, how about you take this little, protest of yours over to the Middle East? Or like Somalia. Oh wait, you won't because you'll be dead on the spot for speaking up? Oh, and by the way, stop showing Vice news clips. Vice sucks.
And I'm very, very proud to see that the world has come together about this. Like, it's absolutely been the craziest thing I've ever seen personally.
Oh yeah, it's been glorious. Now if you say all lives matter, you're a target. Remember the Whitaker story I just told you earlier?
So I was scrolling on Twitter and I came across a clip of Cody Fern and Angelica Ross, and they were doing a live together. But the clip that really stood out to me was Angelica talking about how to be anti-racist and how it's not enough to not be racist. We have to actively be anti-racist.
It's not enough to just say, I'm not racist, so we're good.
I want to talk about that with you guys because I feel like it's a very, very important topic, and it's something that really was just very profound to me when I heard this.
And yet you're supporting a movement that is known to be racist.
So she spoke about a post by Good Co, and I'll leave a little photo of it right here, and it's how to be actively anti-racist. It was so informative, and I just went through the whole thing, and I really implore you guys to go check that post out. It's absolutely amazing.
Or you could just, go by the platinum rule, which is don't be an asshole.
When people hear that they're being racist, the first thing they think is that they are being consciously mean. I think what's important to note is that you also have to look at your unconscious bias.
We are not going to not have racist thoughts.
Don't tell me that. Tell Black Lives Matter.
We have absorbed them through a millennia of white control in our society. We have absorbed that having a lighter complexion is better and having a deeper complexion is not good. That's what we have absorbed through time.
I don't know about you guys, but that sounded pretty racist to me. If that's the case, how come when you go around a city, every now and then, you're gonna bump into a white person who happens to be homeless? And how do you explain black people like, I don't know, Beyonce, Oprah Winfrey, Denzel Washington, Spike Lee, James Earl Jones, Forrest Whitaker, Halle Berry? You know what they are? Rich as fuck! Not to mention, well praised and loved by all races. So how do you explain this? Oh, wait. Here's something better. How about a really cool rich white guy who gave a special, medal to a 100-year-old black man who gave his life to fight for our freedoms. He protected our country through like 3 different war times. Not to mention getting a promotion to brigadier general. How the fuck do you explain that? You think there was racism going on there? I don't think so.
Show me the good child. Why is she the good child?
Because I think she looks like me.
Nothing gets me more angry than seeing kids being used for this agenda. This is bullshit!
And it might not be through blatant racism. It's through little things. It's little things that have happened through our lives that have just become absorbed into who we are as a person. And the important part about this truly was, he said, we're all gonna have racist thoughts.
Kind of like how people have racist thoughts against cops. Like what happened over at the Brooklyn Bridge. Just random people just showed up and just started beating the crap out of the cops. And here's the funny part. The chief of police who was involved in that little altercation, it's the same chief of police who actually got on his knees to support the movement. They basically beat the crap out of the cop who was on their side. The whole thing is fucked up.
What our job is to be anti-racist is to dissect those thoughts. Where did that thought come from?
Actually sitting in the discomfort and saying, where is it that I'm going wrong here?
Did that thought come from a teacher, a coach, a family member, a friend? Where did that thought come from? And really dissect what that thought is. Why am I having this thought?
Maybe it's from their surroundings. Like if you live in Chicago, there's just shootings almost every day, basically almost every hour. And we find out that they're mostly, black on black crimes. So people would probably think, wow, there's a lot of violent black people in that territory. But mostly I blame the mainstream media. I mean, all they have done all these years is basically shove this agenda into our fucking heads that white people are evil, especially if they're cops, they're evil. Black people are, they're the most abused race in the country, and they're dealing with years of oppression, which is fucking bullshit.
And the act of acting on this thought is discrimination.
So then what the guy did in Indiana, shooting Jessica Whitaker, would that be considered discrimination? Because she said something that he didn't like or didn't agree with? Doesn't that count? Fucking idiot.
That is what discrimination is acting on this racist thought. And that is the issue here, you guys. That is the issue. We are in a society that oppresses African Americans. That is what it is. We're not born racist. We're taught racism.
Yeah, through movements like Black Lives Matter and the mainstream media. And no, we're not in a society that oppresses African Americans. This isn't the goddamn 1940s, during this thing called the Jim Crow laws, which were made up by the Democratic Party. How come everyone keeps forgetting about this shit?
And the real issue here is that we have decided as a society to split up our races when we're technically all part of one race, and that's the human race. And that's how we need to treat each other.
And we already do that. We humans, we talk to each other, we hate each other, we like each other. It's just, that's human life. Ta-da!
If you guys have time, I would implore you guys to look up where to find that live, because truly, I watched it and I was so blown away. I was just so blown away with how smart they are. And really, it felt so good educating myself, you know? And that is our job, you guys. That is what our job is. It is our job to educate ourselves on what's going on in the world.
When you guys get a chance, look up Tree of Logic. She has done many videos where she basically exposes that movement and anyone who supports that movement too. And she's black! So, you're not racist. Ta-da!
Just because you feel uncomfortable about something does not mean that you shouldn't talk about it. Because trust me, you guys, I'm uncomfortable too. I'm scared to say the wrong thing. I am.
Pussy!
So going back to being actively anti-racist, you guys, I really implore you guys go look at that post I was talking about. This chart right here, you guys, it is very eye-opening. There is overt white supremacy, which is socially unacceptable, and then there's covert white supremacy, which is socially acceptable.
Alright, let's take a look at this stupid chart. Let's see. Lynching, no shit. Hate crimes, no shit. Blackface, you know what? It's a fucking... get over it. N-word, well, unless you use an A at the end, it's fine, but with an E-R and saying it, you know, perfect, clear, crystal clear pronunciation, that's bad, apparently. Let's see, swastikas, neo-Nazis, Nazi Party's dead, get over it, burning crosses, fucking stupid, racist jokes, then why 2 jokes at all, they're funny. Racial slurs, then tell the black people to stop using racial slurs, alright? Let's see, the KKK. Dude, there's like 5,000 members in a country of 330 million. It's like a needle in a haystack. Get over it. Alright, let's see. Socially acceptable. Let's see, calling the police on black people. Well, if they're committing a crime. White silence, color blindness. White parents self-segregating neighborhood schools. Make America great again. Oh, for the love of fuck. You suck. What the fuck is that? And oh, there it is. All lives matter. Oh, God, that's part of white supremacy in a good way? Oh, fuck you. Fuck you. Right up the ass. No, wait, no, because I think you may enjoy that. This whole thing is stupid. I'm done. Cultural appropriation. Oh, alright, I'm done. Let's continue. It's fucking bullshit.
And things that fall under the socially acceptable things are things like denying privilege. When we obviously know as a culture, white privilege is a thing. It is absolutely a thing in this culture. Don't even try to say that it's not, because it absolutely is.
No, it's not.
Things like racial profiling. That is covert white supremacy.
You mean like those Antifa punks who were going after this one Asian guy because they thought he was Andy No, that journalist who got beaten up by Antifa? Wasn't that racial profiling?
There are so many different little things on this list, and I really implore you guys to look this up, because I want us all to make a vow to be actively anti-racist.
Oh god, this reminds me of back in elementary school where you had like assemblies that talk about, you know, don't do drugs and all that. And the drugs they talk to you about are the drugs that the kids have never heard of in the first place. I mean, if we haven't told them about it, period, there's a good chance that they would not deal with those drugs. But now that they did to the kids, I mean, as they grow up, there's a good chance that some of them will end up using those drugs.
I did not know the situation in America is as bad as it is.
He's stressing me, Julie. He is stressing me.
When it comes to the unjust system for African Americans, I didn't know. I didn't know how bad it was. And it wasn't until this that really opened my eyes, you know? And I think that's because I am privileged. And I live a privileged life. And, you know, I might not be white, I'm Mexican, but I have a very fair complexion. I'm white passing.
What a prick.
Fully recognize that I am privileged in the way that I am. That's not to say that I haven't experienced unjust treatment, because I have, especially for being gay. Imagine an African American black gay man. How much harder it is for him than it is for me. I absolutely have experienced the stares, the uncomfortable situations, the discrimination, the name calling. I absolutely have, especially when I'm glam, you guys.
Well, maybe that's why. Because you cover your face with all this makeup that men usually, well, mostly, do not do. You, on the other hand, do it, and people are a little weird by it, because it's like, what's a guy doing wearing makeup? I mean, unless he's doing a part in a movie, but you do this every day outside in real life, that...
And I think that's why I'm actually able to really be empathetic about the situation at hand. But the thing is, I'll never be able to fully understand because I am not black. The importance of this movement is knowing that I'm not able to understand fully and still supporting.
You're supporting a movement that was created at the time a black kid who was on drugs just went up to a random person and started beating the shit out of him to a bloody pulp. And the same movement that got probably more recognizable when a black teenager robbed the store, assaulted the clerk, and then assaulted a cop and tried to take a gun away from the cop to use it on the cop.
I know I cannot fully, and I never will fully understand the gravity of the anguish that they have felt and the unjust system that America is. But I still stand with them. And I always will. Period.
Fuck off, you fucking fucker!
It is so important to stay educated. Do the best that you can to be educated and do the best that you can to be a good human being. You're not going to be perfect. It's not going to be easy right away. It's not. I'm sorry, that's just what it is. It's not going to be easy right away. You're not going to know everything right away. Okay? You're just not. And it's okay. It is okay to not know everything right away. But what is not okay is to not actively try to know more.
Ah, jeez. Are you done blowing hot air already?
The fact that African Americans can't go outside their home without the fear of police brutality, unjust police brutality, is mind-boggling to me.
You serious?
It truly is mind-boggling. It just leaves such a bad taste in my mouth. It makes me feel sick. It really makes me feel sick. It is so wrong. And it's important, you guys, for us to speak out against this. Make sure that people are held accountable for their actions. How are we not gonna hold people accountable?
Well, he was right about one thing. He does not know everything. The cops that are involved with the George Floyd thing, they are getting justice. It is being done. And they're gonna face jail time. What more do you want?
The murderers of George Floyd didn't just die, he was murdered. Let's definitely keep that language there. He was murdered, he didn't just die, he was murdered by human beings.
One human being did it. Not a whole collection of them, just one. The others just stood and watched.
I'm so happy that his murderers are charged, and it's just a step in the right direction.
Oh, wait, I take it back. So you did know about it. So what the fuck are you bitching about?
Making sure that they are paying for their unjust actions.
They are! They're gonna get jail! Fuck, man!
June is Pride Month. We are currently in Pride Month right now, and I want to talk about how the first Pride was a riot.
Oh, okay. Seeing we're going off topic here, but you know what? I'll humor you.
Yes, it was. Stonewall. And again, if you guys don't know what Stonewall is, I implore you to look it up and to educate yourself on what's going on. But basically, a series of protests that did get violent, they absolutely did. Violent protesting that the LGBTQ plus community did against police brutality towards the LGBT community.
So, a bunch of gays and lesbians and other supporters of gays and lesbians just went around the city destroying everything. Kind of like what's happening here at BLM. Except I'm pretty sure BLM has done more damage to the city than they have done in the 60s. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Continue.
And I want to say this too. I want you guys to remember the name Marsha P. Johnson because she is the first woman to throw a brick during Stonewall. And not only was she a woman, she was a trans woman. And not only was she a trans woman, she was a black woman. A black trans woman threw the first brick at Stonewall.
Darling, I want my gay rights now!
Marsha P. Johnson was really Malcolm Michaels Jr., an American gay liberation activist and self-identified drag queen. Okay, that clears that up. Let's keep going.
Let's go and talk about how consumed people are with saying all lives matter. This conversation, it's a doozy. I'm sorry, but it is a doozy. The fact that people are saying that all lives matter, it's not just black lives, it's all lives. Honey, when the did we say that all lives didn't matter? That's all I wonder. When the flying did we say that all lives did not matter? When did we say that? Oh, we didn't. You're right. We didn't. Oh.
That's not what the fuck we meant.
We didn't say that all lives didn't matter because it's implied. And it's basic human knowledge that lives matter. Oh my god. I can't even, like, literally makes me, like, my eyes roll. This isn't about, oh, well, my life matters too. Why are we saying Black Lives Matter when my life matters too? Of course your life matters, baby. Like, we get it. Of course your life matters. We understand that. But what we're saying is that right now, Black Americans, it seems like their lives don't matter as much as white Americans do.
Jesus Christ, I thought you didn't want to be racist or anything. That right there, you don't think that was racist? Our lives can't matter unless another race lives matter? Fuck you!
All lives can't matter until Black Lives Matter. That is what it is. Making sure that Black lives matter just as much as white lives matter. And that is what we're saying. It is not saying that your life is not important because you're not Black. That's not what we're saying. That's not what is being said right now. And it literally makes me crazy that people don't know that.
It's ridiculous.
I agree. It is ridiculous of what you just said. By the way, I didn't throw in that clip. He did. But hey, thanks for proving my point that I have made in the past videos that when people get freaked out over this all lives matter bullshit and how they say that Black Lives Matter more, you basically just told us that. Thank you and fuck you again.
Anyway, so what I was saying, guys, that now, there's been so many videos trying to dissect what people are saying with the all lives matter, and like the ones I found the best, like the house one, right? I saw this one about like a burning home. It was saying like, I'm in a neighborhood, right, and my house is burning. Let's go help this house. And another neighbor comes out and they're like, oh well, my house matters too. And the people are like, no, of course your house matters too, but like this house is on fire, let's go and help them. And that neighbor's still like, well, but like my house matters and like I need help too. But they're like, well, your house isn't on fire.
Your house is not on fire.
Hasn't this analogy already been debunked 10 times over? God, you know, there are times I wish Fringy would keep his videos up. I mean, he made a really good debunking of that analogy. And I should probably try to contact him and see if he still has that video.
That is the thing, right? That's the best analogy I had seen for it. African Americans represent that house that is on fire, what they are going through and dealing with on a daily basis. That's just, I feel like that's the best analogy that I can even explain to you guys and that I've seen. Now that we're talking about B.O.M.B, let's go and talk about the brand, actually, how the brand owner has an initiative right now. She has a cause, and it's basically pull up or shut up, I believe it is. And basically what it is, she is asking brands, cosmetic brands, who have shown support to the Black Lives Matter movement by posting and donating things like that, to show how many Black employees that they have in their company.
You cannot say Black Lives Matter publicly when you don't show us Black Lives Matter within your own homes and within your organizations.
You should write that out in long form and file it at www.shityousaythatnobodygivesafuckabout.org.
And this is to make sure that the brands aren't just virtue signaling. That's basically what it is. And virtue signaling is basically just being like, oh look all the good things that we're doing. It's like, look at us like behind this cause, but not actually being about it. Like they're not actually being about it. They're just doing it because they don't want to get called out for not doing it. Does that make sense?
No.
And she actually came up with this initiative, right, to have the brands show how many people that they have employed that are African American and higher up positions, because it is harder for African Americans to get hired in higher up positions in a company. That is why she wanted this to be done.
So it's basically a peer pressure to have companies hire people of a different skin color in these different positions, no matter what qualifications they have, because of their skin color.
I actually got a couple comments on my brand, Lunar Beauty, and asking what my records were about how many African American people I have employed. And I would love to talk about this because this is just what it is for me. I have a total of 3 employees that are on payroll for Lunar Beauty. It is me, my mom, and my dad. Those are the only people that are employed by Lunar Beauty. We are a small Latino-owned family company.
Nope. Cannot accept it. You must have a Black person. So start looking. You need to fill that quota. Let's get going. See, most of these BLM supporters and everything, they do not care what your excuse is. You need to have someone that's not the same color as you to work for you. So get cracking. Essay.
Right back. Okay, cool. So we have our lashes on. 2 things I wanted to leave off with. 1, please go easy on me in today's video.
What? I can't criticize you or disagree with you? Too late. Next.
Even if I said something wrong or something not PC or something that I shouldn't have said, I'm sorry if it offended you in any way, shape, or form. I am so sorry. And 2, please do not forget this time. Do not forget George Floyd's name. Do not forget what we are fighting for, and that is for equality. It is for equality for Black lives. That is what this fight is for. Do not forget it. Make changes in your life. Make little changes here and there. Try to educate your friends, family, whoever might be racially unjust.
So I'm gonna tell you, this right here goes out to the people that support Black Lives Matter. Until I start seeing y'all protesting black on black crime that goes on in our neighborhood every fucking day, shut the fuck up going around saying Black Lives Matter. Shut the fuck up with that shit.
One more thing before I go, actually, I want to say one more thing. Speaking out against white supremacy, against police brutality, against injustice does not mean that you're anti-white or you're anti-police. It means that you are pro-justice.
And if you're pro-justice, how come you're not speaking up for justice done for the death of David Dorn or Talia Marie Kelly? If you're not going to speak up for both of them, shut the fuck up! Black Lives Matter is a joke, it's evil, and I'm done talking about it. They suck, goodbye. And all lives matter. Ha!
Black Lives Matter is a joke.
Yep.
You are the racist. The racist is you. It's because the white guy killed that. You think they're racist. The racist, the Black Lives Matter. Go to Chicago. They don't have schools. And they die every day. They don't matter. Because you can get attention from that. Go to South. Shut up. Nobody will hear it. Shut up. Group of hypocrites. Go to Southeast DC, Northeast. Tell them Black Lives Matter. If it matters, it should matter everywhere. You guys are hypocrites. Attention seekers. Attention seekers. Black lives should matter everywhere. It doesn't take a white cop to kill a black person to matter.
So I'm here today because I heard about a demonstration on, the George Floyd event, situation, which I'm going to be honest about it. It's wrong that, anything like that should happen. Okay? It's very wrong. My problem is it shouldn't be an opportunity for a group of people to use that as an excuse or to come across as victims. No one is a victim here. The only victim here is George Floyd. Let's be very clear.
Everybody knows that black kills black more than anything. You know that. It doesn't take a white person to kill them for you to come out. Hypocrites.
Just leave.
You leave.
I'm present. You leave.
Let me leave. Make me leave. Bunch of hypocrites. Black lives matter only when a white person touches a black person. Do you know how many black kids got killed in Northeast DC this morning? What did you do? You guys are the racists.
What did you do besides come out here and provoke shit?
No, go out there and tell the black people Black Lives Matter.
Go out there and help them.
Go tell the black person Black Lives Matter. Then they will take you seriously. Everybody thinks you guys as a joke.
You a joke, because you playing. Go out there and do it. You a joke.
What are you doing for the Chicago kids who are dying every day?
What you doing for?
Do you go there and tell them Black Lives Matter?
You going?
Make me go.
You going?
Make me go.
You're so supportive of them. Go.
Make me go.
As an American citizen, I'm proud of this country. I love this country. I don't want my country to be portrayed like this. We have a problem. That agreed. We have a problem in our country. Agreed. Okay? Too much violence. But it should not be categorized as a symbolism for racism on blacks. No. We are in a free country. Let's be very clear. We have foreign news media here. Our country is going to be portrayed the way they want our country to be portrayed, and which is not accurate. My point was that black kids in Chicago get killed every single day. Where is the Black Lives Matter in Chicago? Where are they?
When black people kill black people, they don't come out and do this crap. The only time they do this crap is when a white person touches them. They are the racists. They are the racists. Because white cops, it's wrong for a white cop to kill a black person, that's for sure. But if it matters, it should matter at all times.
So what are you fighting for? What are you fighting for? You're not here to fight injustice. You're here to cause drama.
A better message would be stop violence. It's not about blacks.
In a unicorn world. That's not a
Stop the
unicorn
violence,
world.
period.
Okay, since you're so...
You guys think blacks are oppressed. I am black, I'm not oppressed.
That's
I am
good for you.
free.
That's good for you. That's an individual person. What about a systemic issue?
Where? I am black. I've always wanted to be. I have I do what I want. You have the skills. This is a country where you have the skills. You want to do what you want. You do it. Stop forcing on people to accept that they're oppressed. They are not. I am not oppressed. I am black.
That's
Stop making people accept that they're oppressed. You're forcing a rhetoric into your minds, which is not true.
That's my point. Okay. Violence is wrong, period. It's not about blacks.
Of course.
You agree that whites kill whites too, right? Of course. Have you seen any white person coming out and saying white life matter or white thing? No, violence is wrong.
They literally do all the time. Every time there's a Black Lives Matter protest, a white person.
It's not a black problem. It's a violence problem. The blacks kill blacks in black neighborhoods every single day. I've never seen a Black Lives Matter in those neighborhoods. Never. Never. You know what they say? When the black person kill a black in a black neighborhood, they come out and they say, when the police comes, do you know what they tell the police? Snitches get stitches.
I know that. Okay.
Snitches get stitches. But if a white person kill a black person, Black Lives Matter. Stop the hypocrisy. Nobody takes this seriously. Nobody. If it matters, it should matter in black neighborhoods. You start cleaning at home.
So why don't you go?
You start the change at home.
Why don't you start?
I'm not carrying anything saying Black Lives Matter. I know I matter.
Why don't you start?
You guys are wasting everybody's time. Okay?
Since you're so
black kills black more than any race. Where's the Black Lives Matter?
People kill in their community.
Where's the Black Lives Matter? I am free. Don't try to make me believe I'm not free. I am free.
We are free.
Shame on you. I am free.
We are free. We're kind of free.
Shame on you. Shame on you. I am free. I am free. I am free. Bring it. Bring it, guys. Bring it. Bring it. Bring it. Where are you here?
Why are you here? Why are you here?
Where are you in Southeast DC?
Why are you here?
I am free in my country.
Why are you here?
I'm in my country.
Why are you here? Okay, so if you don't believe in this cause, you're free to leave. You're free, so you're free to leave.
I am free to stay too. I am free to stay.
Like this.
That's my house. White House.
Go there.
Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. You know how many kids got killed in Northeast DC this morning?
Let's hear the statistics. Since you're such a stats expert and you can read stats off for me, tell me, what are the statistics? What are the statistics of black people in jail? What are the statistics? Go.
And what are the statistics of black people dying in Chicago every day? Where are you? Bunch of hypocrites. Bunch of hypocrites. Don't waste anybody's time. You know what? You know what, guys?
You believe in this and you're wasting your own time.
No, I will tell you guys. The world will take you guys seriously when you start your Black Lives Movement. When a black person kills a black person, you come out and say, Black Lives Matter.
There are community organizations that fight against that. You have no idea.
Where? Where? Everyone! Let's march! Let's march! Let's start this march! Black Lives Matter! Let's go this way! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go to Northeast! Let's go to Northeast! Let's go to Northeast! I will go with you! I will go! Northeast in Southeast DC, I will respect your movement! Do it in Chicago, I respect you, Chicago! You guys have been cowards! You guys are not oppressed! You're lazy, that's all it is! Go get jobs, work! I am oppressed! The white people are oppressing me! Where are they to oppress you?
Do you feel like the mainstream media or the establishment media is portraying things accurately or the protests accurately?
No. What I think is that the mainstream media is helping propel this voice, which is very, very skewed from reality. Okay, because the mainstream media can help them look at things from that perspective. Why don't you start at home? Bring the numbers to their attention. Here are the numbers, they don't lie. African Americans kill each other more than anything. These are numbers. How about you start the change at home? How about that? Why does it take a white person to kill a black person for them to come out, oh my gosh, it's the end of the world? How about that? Why don't nobody bring that perspective to their face? Is it ignorance? What is it? Is it deceit? What are they trying to achieve? This is common sense. You want to change? Start the change at home. Common sense. You don't need to be a nuclear physician to get this easy. Start the change at home. Period. And let the mainstream media tell them the things the way they are. Hey, yeah, we agree with you. Violence is wrong. In any way, on any surface of the earth, violence is wrong. But there's more violence in your own communities. What do you do about that? Are you going to come change violence at the White House? Come on, give us a break. The idea is to create a group of people who feel oppressed, okay? Because if the more they feel oppressed, the more they're going to look for some kind of equalization. Nobody's oppressed in America. Look, I'm a foreigner. First of all Americans, we're all foreigners, okay? If I'm hardworking, America is a country. Why do you think they didn't tell World War to come to our country? Okay? Everybody wants to come to America and they want to pretend we're oppressed. I am not oppressed. I'm black. I'm not oppressed. I have a master's in healthcare administration. Okay, I'm going to be working for a federal agency. I am not oppressed. No black in America. I don't feel oppressed. I'll tell you that. If you're driven, you're going to accomplish what you want to accomplish. We're in the country of the free. Okay? And let the mainstream media stop trying to forcing on people to accept that they're oppressed. I am not oppressed. I am black. I'm not oppressed. Okay? Trying to make some people feel oppressed is just to weaken them. That's the bottom line. You want to make this group of black people feel that they're weak and that there's some power on top of them. No one is oppressing nobody.